What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Yeah, and today we've got information for 6+ Pudding, which is cool. I mean, we knew that Pudding was going to be getting the 6+. Rayleigh's Bazaar did update on Japan, putting her books in there, so a lot of people guessed that it was going to be Pudding. It is going to be Pudding. However, this might be one of the most disappointing super evolutions that we've seen this year. And it's unfortunate to say that because it just feels like we have continuously said that throughout the year. And I really hate it because the super evolutions this year, majority of them have been absolutely terrible. They just don't buff the character enough for them to be viable in usage. They don't fix some of the flaws that some of the characters have. And overall, it's just an underwhelming unit, and they really should be doing more to make these units more desirable. I mean, you just look at a lot of other games that are able to create buffs for older units, and those characters in some games become as good as new current Legend releases. And unfortunately, Treasure Cruise fails in this department in such crazy fashion. But let's go ahead and talk about 6+ Pudding. Let's go ahead and bring up her artwork and stuff so you guys can go ahead and have a look. This is her artwork. She is an int cerebral shooter, so her classes and color stay the same, nothing too crazy there. So let's go ahead and have a look at her abilities. Her captain ability will boost the attack of int and psi characters by 4 times, 4.5 with a matching slot, 1.25 health. Psi and int slots are going to be beneficial and increases the appearance rate of those psi and int slots. So if we're talking captain ability, this is a good upgrade to her captain ability because previously it was only an int captain, and I believe it was only a 4.25 max cap captain. 1.25 health I think is the same. But now that it boosts psi and int, it is nice. You get a little bit more variety, higher chances of those slots appearing, also makes them beneficial. And the fact that you have int and psi, an int character with a psi slot is going to be counted as beneficial. A psi character with an int slot is counted as beneficial. So I guess, yeah, you could see some different situations where you could use Pudding as the potential captain. But Pudding is never really built to be the captain. I think another thing that they could have done on top of it is potentially give like -1 cooldown at the start of the adventure, or resisting like special reverse or special bind. If they did that in her captain, dude, I'd be blown away. But they didn't do that. Her captain ability is an upgrade. It is a good upgrade for her captain effect, but why would you use this when there's so many other better int or psi captains in the game? You wouldn't, right? Let's have a look at the special though. So the special ability reduces 2 turns of bind and despair on the crew, and then changes empty, block, badly matching into matching, own orb into matching, -1 cooldown to the crew, select 1 damage buff on the crew and you store it on the character. After saving the damage buff, gives her max special. When the damage buff is already stored, then for 1 turn apply the stored damage buff when you use the special ability, if it's already stored of course. So for those of you who are well in tune with what Pudding does, this special ability is almost 1-for-1 the exact same. The only line of text that is different from her 6-star form is this. So what they've done with the special is that they've just added this buff that reduces 2 turns of bind and despair. That's all they've done. Now look, Pudding is a character that probably didn't even need a super evolution at this point. People will use Pudding in circumstances to take a buff that they have in 1 turn, use it another turn, especially if you have to deal with special reverse on that secondary turn, or you have to change block orbs on that secondary turn. Like, there are circumstances where Pudding is like one of the best units to use in those pieces of content. I know that there was an arena that came out relatively recently. I can't remember which one. Was it Shinobu or was it the one before that? I can't remember exactly, but like basically if you had Pudding, it made it super easy. And you know, Pudding can be used in types of content like that, but unfortunately they really did not change enough in my opinion. Like, and the thing about it is, you know, hypothetically, if you wanted to reduce like 4 turns or 5 turns, 6 turns, 7 turns of bind and despair, you're not using 2 Pudding specials on the same turn. You never do that. You use it on one stage to carry a buff into another stage. It's super bizarre in my opinion. I don't understand why they've done this. Honestly, what a lot of people had in the community as an idea for this character that I think would have been such a good fit is whatever the buff that she stores, she like buffs that buff on the secondary activation. So hypothetically, if you use like a 2.5 times attack boost and you store it with Pudding, when Pudding activates the special to bring that buff back, instead of being 2.5, like it could become like a 2.75 times boost. Something like that. Or if you get a chain lock and it's a 3.5 chain lock, when she brings it back, it becomes a 3.75 times chain lock. I think that would have been a much better fit for Pudding 6+ to what we have here. Because honestly, as we already established, she probably didn't even need a 6+ at this point. Like, the big change came with her captain ability, which, again, you're not using Pudding as a captain. While this is a good upgrade and you can use her as a captain, you're actively not going to be doing that. So it's just very bizarre. I don't understand why they've done it like this. But as I said, it's just an overall underwhelming 6+ because it doesn't really change much. You're not using this character as a captain, and her usability as a sub hasn't really changed that much either. So unfortunately, I think this is overall a pretty underwhelming 6+. They could have done so much more to make this character even more unique than what this character already was. But let's go ahead and talk about some other things. So her PvP stuff, what's her CT? 22 CT for her special that gives your int allies 30% special CT charge. That's actually pretty good. And level 5 attack up and level 8 attack up to an ally with high attack. If you're running an int team, this is not an awful special, because the fact that the CT is so low means that typically Pudding will be launching before your other big heavy hitters. So what you're able to do is you're able to use Pudding to basically make all of your characters get that special charge, so that when they are up, after Pudding goes, like, they're basically going to be able to launch their special. Plus, they get an attack buff as well. So, especially if you're using a special from an int character that is based off their attack value rather than a fixed damage dealing special. So this is actually pretty interesting. And it also gives whatever high attack ally you have, they get an additional level 8 on top of that. So they get like level 13 attack just with this special ability. So Pudding special is not bad, and her PvP ability gives your int allies level 6 health, level 5 attack to high attack character, and level 6 attack down to slasher and powerhouse. That's also pretty interesting. I mean, giving slasher and powerhouse characters attack down probably isn't the biggest debuff. I think a bigger debuff would have been CT down, something like that. I think CT down is way more of a debuff compared to attack. But, you know, it's fine, I guess. It's usable. And she's immune to Special Seal, which I guess is not bad. And also the damage reduction effect, which is pretty useful, of course. So, that is 6+ Pudding, but this was not the only character that was revealed in this little information. So, we actually have this Strength Viola. So, this Viola is actually a rare recruit character. She is the brand new Kizuna rare recruit, okay? Because there is a Kizuna clash that this is all coming out in. This is the rare recruit character that you summon for. So, she is a Strength Cerebral Free Spirit. And one thing straight off the bat as well is that her artwork is like pretty average. I mean, this is a Halloween celebration, and it's Viola literally in her Reverie outfit, so I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity there to give her an actual Halloween outfit. Very bizarre. But the captain ability will boost Cerebral and Free Spirit by 3 times, 1.2 health. Cerebral and Free Spirit get strength as beneficial. I would guess in this Kizuna that this is going to be buffed to a 5 times captain. Makes a lot of sense if that's the case. And the special ability is 13 turns. It says, see the stats of the enemies. Okay, a lot of Violas have that. -1 cooldown to Free Spirit and Cerebral. Reduce 4 turns of Special Bind. 4 turns of Special Bind. Reduce 5 turns of... Why do you... Oh my God. Okay, let me read the rest. When the enemy has delay or all debuff protection, for 1 turn, boost the orbs of Cerebral and Free Spirit by 2.25. Otherwise, delay all enemies for 1 turn, and for 2 turns, boost the orbs by 2 times. Okay. Question. Why does she remove 4 turns of Special Seal, but removes 5 turns of Resilience? Ah, man, Bandai, what are you doing? This is not... I mean, it's not bad, but... she resists 2 turns of Special Reverse, and... Dude, I'm so done. Why do they continue to do this? I hope this is a mistranslation, but I have a feeling it's not. That better be a mistranslation, I swear, dude. She does have Recovery Bind and Pinch Heal. So let's have a look at the support. So the support says once during the adventure when you're inflicted with Special Bind, reduce 3 turns of Special Bind only on the supported character. But it does attach to all Cerebral units. So I guess it's fine. And then PvP, Strength and Int get level 5 speed, level 7 attack, and 1.5 attack to 1 to... What? And then Strength Int get level 5 speed, level 5 crit. Okay. Dude, this character, man. And this is the rare recruit, by the way. Yeah, yikes. Yikes on that one, my friends. Here we have Rebecca, though. So Rebecca is the free-to-play Kizuna unit. So this is the character that you farm for during the event. So Strength, Free Spirit, Striker. Captain ability, Free Spirit and Striker, 3.5 attack, 1.2 HP in recovery. A little bit low on the multiply side, because a lot of free-to-play units that have been releasing have actually had like higher multipliers for their captain. So 3.5 is definitely on the low end. 12-turn cooldown, okay. For 2 turns, reduce the defense of all enemies to 0. For 2 turns, 1.0 chain. For 1 turn, reduce damage received over 3,000 by a drastic amount. Okay. When HP is full, for 2 turns, boost attack against enemies with defense down by 1.75. Okay, she's a free spirit striker. Okay. I guess she's fine. I mean, obviously, she's supposed to work with Koala. The new Koala that came out obviously has a lot of abilities to maintain full HP pretty easily, actually, with Super Type and that really crazy special. So if you use that with Koala, you're able to get a chain boost, and you're able to get a guaranteed conditional boost, and you can tank any hit, basically. I do like the Rebecca a lot better than the Viola, but it's not the most broken character in the game, but I can definitely see circumstances where this is going to be good. Look, a 1.0 chain boost and essentially almost a free 1.75 conditional boost is always going to be good. Like, this is a good unit, but it's not broken. Strength orbs are beneficial to Free Spirit and Striker is pretty good, and Dex orbs are beneficial to herself. Damage reduction, crit, support is stats, PvP level 5 attack to strength, 1.75 attack, level 5 attack, level 4 health. I mean, the passive is relatively okay, special's pretty bad. Nothing crazy there. So Rebecca, also not the craziest unit, and also again, it's the Reverie outfit just with some ghosts flying around her. Definitely missed opportunity for a Halloween Rebecca artwork. That would have been nice for sure. And then of course we have a free-to-play unit, which is like the old Fortnite unit that gets reskinned for Kizuna. Typically they're pretty bad because like half of their special is only usable in Kizuna. So block and badly matching into matching, and then yeah, during a Kizuna, 4 turns of bind, 4 turns of defense up on the enemies. Yeah, so nothing crazy there. Man, overall, this is so underwhelming. Like, this whole batch of units, man, that's not great. Man, Japan's been slacking pretty hard. I mean, like, the whole Koala batch just seemed like okay, and then you've got this whole Kizuna batch plus the Super Evolution, which just seemed okay. They're not blowing me away. I don't know what they're doing, man, but this whole Halloween month of units, I feel it's very lazily designed. Like, the character artworks, I mean, I think Perona and Hancock, character design-wise, in terms of their artwork, look great. Ability-wise, questionable. And just throughout this month, in terms of the abilities of the characters, it hasn't really blown us away. They haven't been top-tier units, which I guess is fine. You can't always release the next best legend every single month. I mean, that's understandable. But nothing really jumping out at me, at wanting me to pull. Like, nothing is really drawing me into the Sugo Vest at this point. Which I guess is a good thing on one hand, but, you know, in terms of financials for Bandai, I don't know really what they're doing at this point. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section about Pudding and the other characters in this batch. Overall, pretty disappointed. Really wish they did a little bit more to improve the usability of Pudding, even though her usability is still relatively good. Probably a character that didn't deserve a Super Evolution in the first place, but still pretty interesting, I guess. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this video today. And if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.